Hi guys, I'm going to talk to you guys about a few stocks that they're kind of under the radar, They're kind of just not being talked about as much as some of the bigger ones, such as Aphria, Tilray, Canopy, Hydropothecary, ACB. These are companies that I think might be able to do 100 million or close to it next year. These are the companies that aren't really big market caps. So I want to start off with one of the companies that I'm invested in. It's called Isodol. So their last quarter they did about 5.9 million. What I think they're going to do this quarter is about 7.5 million, and for their I think their audited statement this year is going to be about 20 million or so. So they're getting their revenues pretty good comparatively. They're at about 100 or so market cap, 110, 125 market cap. Kind of fluctuates, but they're extremely undervalued versus a lot of their peers. They just did a reverse split. Why I think they're going to have good revenues is because they're doing good in South America, and I believe their products are pretty top notch. They're also going to be doing their pot of coffee deal with Canopy eventually. So they're kind of under the radar, but they just have a lot of good products. They got all these hemp products that are high CBD. They have the 99.5% API, which is active pharmaceutical ingredient, and that's what they have. They're the only company that I'm aware of that can do the API. So that's something that's impressive. But they also have the CBD isolate that sells for a lot of money, and they also got deals with a few LPs such as the Navis, Nuvera. Here's another one, but I can't think of it right now. But they got a few small deals going on. Oh, it's Sundial Growers. So they're kind of those companies. They want to kind of use the ingredient, the API, and they want to kind of work on making their own kind of products. But I think they may not do 100 million next year, 2019, but they're heading in that direction. It wouldn't really surprise me if they did about say like 50 to 65 million. I think they're going to work themselves into Asia because they have a facility they're growing there. They're building right now, so eventually they're going to have a lot of production around the world. Another company that I want to talk about is Marican, and I'm also invested in them, and I think they're a good company to invest with because they have three Health Canada licenses. So they have 2 sales licenses, and then 2 cultivation licenses in Ontario. But they also have a facility in Germany and a facility in Switzerland from Haxen that they're doing. They're going to be building, and it's built, but they're going to be doing hemp cigarettes with THC below 1%. Actually, I think it's like female cannabis plants, but it's just low THC, so below 1%. But all the other countries in Europe, it's got to be at 0.3%. So it gives them the leverage to get up to 1% and sell those hemp cigarettes, and that's kind of a big thing in Europe right now. There's a company that's doing decent, and they're doing hemp and nicotine cigarettes. So it sounds as though there's a potential big market to be had in Europe for the hemp cigarettes, and they're going to use the rare dank strains Well, actually, I guess it's female cannabis plants, but it's the rare dank that they're going to use. And rare dank is a very well-known strain in Europe. They have all really good strains apparently. They've won cannabis cups, and that's what they're going to also use in the rec model. They have rare dank strains, and they have a brand called Kiwi that they're going to offer to the rec market. But they have deals with the provinces for without Ontario added up to about 10,900 kilograms. So if that's sold at about $5 per gram on a wholesale basis, that's going to be about 55 million. And then with the medical, they've been doing about 4 million per year, so that'll be 59 million. Then there's also going to be their Europe thing. They have a facility retrofitted for 50,000. They're just having a harvest finish, so if they can make CBD gel capsules in Europe, they could sell a lot of those. Who knows what the market's going to be like, how much money they can make on that, but they're also expected to be exporting to Germany, so if they can get the license eventually. So that they have a lot of irons in the fire. I think in Ontario, if they can do another, say 5,000 to 10,000 kilograms, that'll put them over 20,000 kilograms. So 20,000 kilograms times 5, that's going to be over $100 million in revenue per year. So Canopy, I mean, they did 71 million last year for the last 4 quarters when they added them all up. And there's going to be companies this year that people haven't even thought about that are going to be close to getting 100 million per year, I believe, because they already have the distribution in place with the provinces to sell those amount of kilograms. I mean, maybe they're not going to sell all those kilograms, but that's like the deals in place for that. So if they do more than that, or they do those amount, that they can be very close to 100 million. Another company that I think could potentially do that as well, or close, is Delta 9. I know they're big in having dispensaries in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and they also have deals with the provinces, and they're on the medical marijuana, so they have their patients. They probably do a couple million doing that. So with the dispensaries, you look at the dispensaries out in USA, all the big companies such as MedMen, Green Thumb, NPX. NPX had a month that they did 5 million just in their Arizona dispensaries. So that on a 12-month scale is 60 million. So that's all the big money's coming from the dispensaries, really. And then so if they're going to be able to do a lot of sales to the dispensaries and profit from both sides, from the wholesale side as well as the retail side, that'll give them a lot of revenues. I'm not sure how much they're growing, but I think they have a decent sized facility. I think they can probably scale up to about like 10 to like 15,000 kilograms maybe this year. But if they're selling all their marijuana that they just cultivated, that can bring them at like about $9 to $10 per gram when they're on sale. So it could give them a good revenue amount for 2019. I'm not going to say they're for sure going to do 100 million, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're doing about like 65 to 85 million next